Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Now I know when something happens in our lives that is unexpected, you have to go into it in order to ever have any hope of coming through it. So when you go, guess what? When you come out the other side, you grow.
Brought out more in me than I thought that I didn't even know that I had.
That has given all of us a great hope for what we can do with our own messages, our abilities to deliver, but most importantly, to deliver it in an authentic and very, very intriguing way.
Have you ever been in something or felt something where the only way you felt you could deal with it was to leave, get away? I thought that was the meaning of control. It took me 4.5 years. Stop looking around the room of my life, of my journey, of my purpose, digging in cushions for a remote that never existed. Looking, re-looking, going back and upgrading, bringing in and pulling out things that do not serve you must go. Those things out in this world that are designed to bring us down, to keep us down, put their foot on our neck and whisper to us that we're never good enough, they don't whisper. They yell at us from all directions, top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, side to side, corner to corner, and corner to corner, 365 days. When somebody asks you about yourself, don't you dare whisper. When they ask you to raise your hand, don't you dare half raise it. When they ask you something good about you, you scream it with all you have. Come on now, get up, get up. Tell me who you are. Show me who you are. Greatest truth of all, that not everyone has to remain lost.
Before you get it, baby, show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state state of mind. But you walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
Thank you, Comcast, for trying to get me on one all early in the morning. Did you see in the day? All I had to do was call up Ray Ray or Petey. Man, I had every channel, right? Didn't pay a dime. And then there were, never mind, I don't even want to go into it. That was back in, that was then, this is now. And I excited to be here with you. Keep playing with me, Comcast. You know, between Comcast and Alexa, can't say her name too loud. You don't remember when you had to actually say her name? Not now. She just speaks up whenever she wants to. I told her, keep playing with me. You're going to end up in somebody's garage sale this summer. And I mean it, because that's scary. Black people don't play that. Walking through the house and want to hear a joke? You know what I'm saying? I almost left the house with the doors wide open the first time that happened. Seriously, I'm not kidding you. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris, and it's a great day. Like I said, it is Monday, April 24th. Now, you know what that means, right? Because I've been on one for about 2 months now. You know my heart. Right. I'm almost finished chewing off all my fingernails. By next week, I'll be down to my toenails. I'm just kidding. Don't act like you didn't bite your toenails when you were a kid. You did. Anyway, a week from this coming Thursday is our departure date. You guys know because you've been hearing about it forever. Well, it's happening. So in case you've been under a rock, here we go. There's our movie poster, Legacy of Hope. 2 worlds separated, 2 letters exchanged, which will actually be 200 letters exchanged. 1 story. That's right. 1 gift of hope is what we're going for. That's right. It is the Romania Legacy of Hope Tour. Thank you to Kenny and Kyle Sailors, the Sailor Brothers. Don't forget, there's still time for you to catch their movie. It's going to be out, I'm hope for at least until we leave, right? That wasn't selfish, was it? If you were in my shoes, you'd have said it too. Anyway, yeah. His Only Son. Check it out. It'll be on Netflix or someplace in a minute, but right now it's in the theaters. So anyway, we're headed. There's our official t-shirt, the Legacy of Hope Tour. And, you know, I'm going to throw this all over the place today because this year, because it's out of the country, believe it or not, corporate sponsors are like, well, good luck with that. So I said, okay, I don't need luck. I need people. So that's what we're doing. We took it to the people. That is you. So these are all over my social media. And if not, let me know and I will get one to you where you can scan that flow code and get yourself over and make a donation. It is in the hands of the people. That's why it's called the Power We and not the Power Me. See, I got that one right. So anyway, we want to see you guys there. We really do. I have Tony. Should I say who he is? Because I don't want you guys going and running. Girl, get over here. Guess who's here? Tony Boldi's here. Right. He's been here before. It's been a minute. Matter of fact, it's been so long. He doesn't know this. You know, he has an acting school and he's an actor and all that, right? But he doesn't know. Lauren did this. Y'all know it. But he doesn't know that I did my first movie last year. I got the trailer pulled up. You know I do. And got 2 more coming this year. Hallmark. Thank you, Hallmark. And thank you, Undisclosed. What's he called again? What are those people? Independent. Sorry, Boss Pearl. I'm Independent. Those are the best movies. Everybody knows that. 2 of those this year. A regular one with Hallmark and the one out in Arizona in November. That's about the only time I go to out to Arizona, 200 and some degrees. I was stationed there in the military, so I already know, but I'll be heading out there in November, you best believe. So anyway, Tony Boldi's here today. He's been here before, and you might remember because he has the Boldi School of Acting, and he is the founder and CEO of Life Force Foundations. which is a for-cause organization focused upon global and local social concerns. Now, I took this from his IMDb because, you know, we've already been down that road. California divas. First of all, it's 8 a.m. in Chicago when it's 6 a.m. there. And I'll just say this, and you know who I'm talking to. Not many of you all out there on the West Coast will get up at 6 in the morning and be camera ready. Tony, you must be the exception. So anyway, he's received, Tony, of course, numerous honors and awards, such as the official People's Mayor of Hollywood and an honorary PhD from his former learning institution. Tony continues to grow his relationships with his newest position. Well, I don't know how old this is. I got a feeling he's got a slow, you know what? That sounds old because I know 8 things that he's done since then myself. And I don't really, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just let him tell you. Like my nephew say, I can tell you, Uncle. I can show you, Uncle Lauren, better than I can tell you. So I'm going to let him show you. That's what I'm going to do now. He hasn't been here in a minute. So let's treat it like he's a Bathrobe Moments virgin. Means we roll out the virtual red carpet. We get to our feet virtually. How do you do that virtually, Lauren? Easy. It's called throwing some hearts on the screen. So do it right now because here he comes. Tony Boldli in the house. The train has arrived. Welcome. Oh, look at you.
How are you doing, sir?
Wait a minute. What the hell? Are you just getting in?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You show up ready.
Where
That's
you
how
been
we
all
do it in
night?
Hollywood. You got to be ready, and you better be early.
Where you
'cause
been
when
all
you're early,
night?
you're on time, and when you're on time, you're late.
Where you been all night?
Oh, I'm just getting in. I see what you're saying.
Right.
Celebrating the last victory.
After all, it is 6 a.m.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, should I let him in on it?
Somewhere.
I'm going to just tell him, you guys are watching this at the regular time. But look, I had this on the 18th. That's because it's still the 18th. I knew I was going to mess it up before we got to the anyway. I'm glad it's out because you guys know I'm not working next week because I have to speak in Michigan. I told you guys that for Whirlpool. So they were going to do a rerun. So instead of a rerun, you get something fresh with Tony. We're just recording it ahead of time. At least I don't have to keep remembering to call it April 24th, Monday. That's when you'll be seeing this. So it's really 7:32. Oh, see, plus the real reason I told y'all, because I don't have coffee and I do have this. And I didn't want any rumors out there and we calling TMZ on my black ass. You know, I saw him drinking at 8 in the morning.
Yeah,
you know, people quick to call some shit in. They quick to, you didn't hear from me. Where I pick up my check? Right. So anyway, Tony, what's been going on? Long time no see, bro.
Oh, we've been just grinding. You know, the COVID restrictions are being released so we can get back to filmmaking without all the masks and the cleaning products. We still want to stay healthy and stay clean and still do what you do. But the being forced to spend $75,000 to your budget, which was already hard to make a movie for the price we had of that. Now you add $75,000 on top of that. So all that's going away in a couple of weeks. And so we've got a slate of films that are getting ready to hopefully go. You mentioned Hallmark on your opening, but we've got some really cool stuff in the works over here. So
we
production company. Yes.
So wait a minute. Let me get this right. See, this stuff I thought it was about other people last time you were here. Now, so Tony, buddy, cousin Tony, cousin, how your mama doing? She's still driving that car?
Yeah, in Michigan.
See, how would I know it if we weren't cousins? I use that in grocery stores and stuff all the time, and it works. Those young kids are like, okay, I'll give you 10% off. Right. I'm telling you, Tony, you look like something's happened since you were here before. Not to take anything away from how you looked before, but I'm going to go back and find it. But I remember, either you got a new girlfriend or you made a whole shitload of money. Something happened since you were here before because you grinning from ear to ear. Your skin is glowing. You look like you're even more fit than last time. And you kind of upped your little style game. So, which is it? Did you win the lottery?
All the above, my friend.
You got a new girlfriend?
Well, it depends on when we did the show. If
3
it
years ago.
no, 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 not new.
How long have you been with this
8 years.
girlfriend? How
8
long?
8 years.
That's longer than I've had this show. I'm in the 6th year.
Okay.
I saw her. She doesn't even look. She looks 18 in the picture.
Yes, sir.
Wait
Forever
a minute.
21. Forever 21, right?
I was gonna say you better fix that quick. It won't be. Well, you just got me out of the TMZ zone. So
Yes,
I'll
sir.
tell you. Did you hear what Tony admitted on? I don't know who it was that sold him that story, but
Yes, sir. You're setting
Mario
it right now.
Lopez, I'll call you back. So tell us what's been going on with you. Matter of fact, I do this thing all the time. I should do it now too, where I just go out for a minute and let you kind of create a vibe with the audience. Just kind of catch them up on what you've been doing and how life is pseudo post COVID for you.
Right, right.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, we've got the Boldli School of Acting BSA, and all the kids have been doing really well. They're going off to get agents and managers, and they're booking like crazy. So I'm a really proud, acting coach, Papa. But my production career has been doing really well as well. And if you check out the IMDb, you'll see there's 200, 300 credits on there. So that's growing leaps and bounds. And I started working for Cindy at her production company, and she is just on fire right now with big studio in Alabama, the LED walls, all that, mocap and CGI, and just some really
Cindy.
cool stuff happening. Yeah, Cindy from
Cindy Lauper.
Hit your bell, hit your bell.
Oh, that's the only one. Cindy who?
Villarreal from Majestic Productions.
Oh, that's Cindy.
Yeah, you need to check her out. Former Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, Miss Texas. That's Cindy, yes, sir.
Oh, I remember you bringing her up before.
Yes.
Oh, so well, it's funny that you mentioned, interesting rather, that you mentioned your IMDb, because I did have it pulled up. There you are, and see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the Tony I saw before.
Yeah.
Oh, are you in front of an Eric Zuli sign?
Yes, sir. That was one of his red carpets.
Easy way. Yeah, Eric and I are I guess you could say half buds. We support each other a lot. And yeah. His easy way pitch parties are cool.
I think I might have actually met you through him.
You really? Is that how it started?
Probably. I think
so. I think so. But we see here you're a producer and actor director. I want to show this little trailer. Can I?
Yeah, well, I'm not even sure what you're going to show, but go for it.
Well, it's up here on the thing. You're supposed to know this.
There you go. Public knowledge.
Look, you guys. Humble Pie. The cat show. Is that the same Cindy?
Cindy and Tony, yep.
Oh, barefoot with ... What is with?
That was a show we were going to do with Mariel Hemingway, and we were going to just show how she stays fit and healthy out in nature and do kind of a talk show. She had, worked with Oprah and some.
I remember. Yeah, of course, everybody remembers her. She was a Dove girl or something too.
Right, and obviously her grandfather's very famous.
Of course, Ernest, the ultimate chess move, and on and on. Look at all this, you guys, and that's you got to see. Y'all look. There's a whole bunch more.
I think you're on there somewhere too.
Who?
I created a website for a IMDb platform for you as well.
Is that where that came from?
Yes, sir.
I wondered where that came. Well, thank you so much. We're going to watch this trailer just to see what's in it, just for shits and giggles. Here we go.
I think that's my former talk show, isn't it?
Let's look.
The greatest network in the history of the world. WCOBM. World Center of Broadcast Media.
Bravo. Perfect. What an honor. What an honor. So that was Shadow Stevens bringing us back. This is Afternoon Delight.
Shadow
Voice.
Here we are in Southern California at Hollywood and Vine, a picture postcard day, as we bring you WCOBM, the World Center of Broadcast Media. I'm Pat O'Brien. Shadow Stevens is here.
Oh my God!
Beautiful day. Kids are out of school today for bad reasons. But, they're out of school, and we have soup, and we're about to have some holiday drinks. How was that for you?
Nice. That was
All right, I guess I took over his show. So this is Bathrobe Moments, not to be confused with Bathroom Moments. So we talked about the backstage. So I'm just holding down the fort for you, Dr. Lauren Michael Harris. See if we can get him back in, get his own show back. But again, we're having fun here. So I guess he needs to get another provider. Comcast is not really working so well for you, is it, sir? So
no, and it's our only choice. Well, there's this one bootleg company. But
I hijacked your show. I did some high-tech stuff and I took over your show. Oh, you poor guy. Yep. Definitely going to need to get you a faster internet. Well, in the meantime, you guys want to check out Boldli School of Acting. If you guys want to do some of your own acting, we'll definitely get you primed, prepped, and ready, get you an agent, manager, and get you out there making money. Some of my students are sitting at home just like this doing voiceover work and making $500 to $1,000 to $3,000 a week, just sitting here on their whatever device they have. So you poor guy, look at you.
I'm so over it. The only recall.
You poor thing.
Service. Is it because of a move? No. And then a live person comes on, right?
Yeah.
And then I tell them, I have a log book of all the times in Well, how many days was it, sir? Last time I just pulled a number out of my ass. I said 7 days. They said, oh, okay, hold on. Let us credit you 90.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. We're going to need to fix this for you. Keep your show going strong.
But if you saw all the stuff, am I working? Are you here?
Yeah.
Okay. All these pods and hardwired and that stuff works. It's them.
Yes, sir.
Think about it. You know, when gas prices went through the roof, I was like, if gas was like $20 a gallon and then they took the internet, so you couldn't really go places like we'd be stuck. Yeah. What would we do? Everything would. Wait, they're listening. I hope I didn't give them an idea. That was a stupid idea. That would never work. Exactly. I'm Tony Boldi, and I endorse this message. There, that'll get me off the hook. Oh, he's a friend of Tony's. Let him go. Honey, check for black vans out front. So anyway, listen. What I was saying, Shadow Stevens. I was texting.
And you saw Pat O'Brien too, right? I mean,
yes,
Pat O'Brien, a legend.
Pat O'Brien is a legend. I was verklempt with that one. But wait a minute, Shadow Stevens, the hair, right. and back in the day, back in the 80s when I lived out there, I saw Shadow Stevens. I saw him at the Beverly Center, and I don't know if he's still married to a black woman or had a black girlfriend.
Oh yeah, absolutely beautiful kids, very successful. I was with
Shadow. Yes. I saw them in the mall. She was shopping. She had bags on both of them. I said, and then Shadow Stevens. And boy, I'm going to just say it. See, I was straight back then. But Shadow Stevens could wear some jeans.
Yes, sir.
He stayed in them. You remember those days?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man,
Shadow's a dear, dear, dear friend of mine, and he came and supported us on that show as Pat O'Brien did as well. And so, big shout outs to those guys. They
Pat O'Brien, talk about the voice.
Yeah,
the voice.
He did all of those Olympics a decade. You know how many Olympics? Can't even count how many he did. And then, of course, started all these talk shows that we know today that probably started the TMZ whole movement, but Access Hollywood and Entertainment Tonight and all that. And he was a sports announcer for a long time. I mean, just a legend of legends. Knew and interviewed every major celebrity that basically ever won an Academy Award. I mean, he's just iconic. So
I want to know how you've done it.
What's that?
I want to know. Oh yeah, I've come a long way since you were here last. I say any old thing fly out my mouth. So I want to know how you've done it. How
you know what?
I just sent you all that stuff, Tony. This thing has been texting ever since I came back in because I was going to text you. Just keep going.
Right.
And so everything we've talked about has been on. I just sent the whole text thing to you. So in case you wanted a Burroughs transcript for transcripts, send $26 to what was it? Those transcript people at the end of Jerry Springer.
Oh
Remember
yeah.
back in the day, talk shows would sell the transcripts to the show?
Yep. Yep.
Who bought that shit?
Yeah. There's people that did though.
Why?
Well, I know when I wanted to get copies of back in the day when I was acting, I wanted to get copies of NBC and CBS shows, and you'd have to buy them.
Burrell's transcripts.
Mm-hmm.
That's who it was. They had the only game in town.
Yes, sir.
So-
But now we got AI, so
Well, let's go back to the heyday.
oh yeah.
Up to that's what I was asking. How did you do it? How are you sitting here without a whole bunch of plastic surgery? Shout out to Mickey Rourke. You know that was wrong. I hope I don't meet him. I do want to meet him, but I hope he doesn't know about this. There you go.
Yeah.
That's called reverse manifestation.
And I've
So
met him many times, so you're 1 degree separation from him.
really,
Yes, sir. Many
hey,
times.
Tony, quit playing. Okay, I'm gonna show. Do you want to? Before we leave, though, you got to see my little trailer.
Okay.
Where is it? It's up there. Okay,
Okay.
for real, because I'm an actor now.
I see that. You're going to show it eventually.
I will.
So,
But I
in
want to find out about you.
In 1996, I moved here from Michigan. I had a big club that your husband went to called the Warehouse Nightclub. And then, of course, you and I were talking in the green room about the Zoo Bar on Sundays.
The zoo. Shout
Yeah.
out to the zoo. I'm
Yeah.
ashamed.
And
Which
so,
you do.
you know, I thought there was more to life than just, you know, having a couple thousand people come through your nightclub doors and just being a prisoner of your own success, right? I thought there was more to life. And so I sit out on the balcony and I'd see these people begging to get in, and I'd let a couple come through the back door. We just had this crazy, crazy success. But I wasn't happy. I knew there was more to life. So I came out to LA and I couldn't get a job. I used to own, right, nightclubs, but I couldn't even get hired as a busboy in LA. And I was like, whoa, what happened?
You
And
probably
so I
slept
had-
with every girl in Kalamazoo when you had that club.
So I struggled, bro, to even.
You didn't deny it.
Well, we're not even going to. You try to
Because
give me.
how old were you then, though? That's just, I mean, but you were
I
back
moved here
then.
when I was 29. So all through my
See?
20s. All through my
Everybody,
20s.
that's what you're supposed to be doing. 29, that sounds like a movie character. You're
Yeah.
29, you're highly successful in a small town. So you're big fish in a small town, a
Yeah.
lot of power.
Yeah.
You're still good looking. So you must have been incredible then.
Thank
So that had to be a lot to leave. Now, I'm only saying that because we all know us Michiganders,
Mhm.
all of our friends who still they're still wearing cords, painter pants. And so, no, seriously. And the big thrill is going to the county fair in August. Nothing about that. My whole family's there. But a lot of people can't leave.
Right. They
What?
grow roots, right?
Right. So
The tr- the
where did you
trick
get the
is-
balls to do what you did?
Because I was sitting on the porch and thousands of people were coming through my door, paying cover and buying alcohol. And I was having some of the top DJs and musicians come through and bands, and I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy, and I knew there had to be more. And so I was just being called. I was being called to just explore. And I ended up in LA.
Or was it really like you just been getting called, get the hell out?
No, I didn't get thrown out. No, I still
No,
go.
you saying, I got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. No, I outgrew the egg, right? You know how come little baby chickens leave the egg?
So it wasn't the money because you were making
No.
great money. Okay, but where did you get this idea? I'm going to be an actor.
No, oh, okay. So I came out here to get into the nightclub business in LA on Sunset Strip, and I ran a bunch of clubs on Sunset Strip,
You did?
a bunch. But what happened was I started meeting people that wanted to get in the front door, and they were tipping me $100, $100 just to get into a diner like Mel's Drive-In or Dublin's or Miyagi's. Or,
They thought they were going to get discovered or something?
no, they wanted to jump the line. The lines were so long.
But what
and
was so
so-
big about going in a diner?
It was the spot. It was the place that you just, that's where you went. And so
That was Okie Dogs for me.
okay, all right.
Well, because I was
So-
hanging out with the hustlers.
Yeah, well, that the cops always hang out there saying they're going to find who they're looking for. Just hang out at Okie Dog long enough, and you'll find them.
Sure will. Oh,
We're not
hot
talking
boys
pigs.
out there. Okay, go ahead.
So all these producers started coming through, and they wanted to get in. So they were throwing their weight around, like, "Hell, I'll hook you up with getting on one of my shows if you let me jump this 2-hour line." So of course I
Wait a
said,
minute.
"Yeah." Yes, sir.
Hook you up, get you on one of their shows.
Yes, sir.
Were they lying or did it really happen?
No, it happened, and that's how I got into acting. And so I started showing up on these sets, and I started working my way up, and I changed my name to London Anthony versus Tony Boldi. And so my name stuck out back then. And so they're like, "Oh, that guy London.
Only your name?
Yes, sir. Only my name.
Well, I'm just saying, every actor on here has gotten the old casting couch question.
No, sir. No, sir. Never did that. But so then I figured I should go to
I'll see how
acting
fast
school.
he got paid. He sprinted past that corner.
No,
Anyway,
sir. No, sir.
technically, he said couch, but that also
Yeah.
includes countertop, desktop,
Well, I
Xerox
know how people
machine,
can. I know how
or in
people
your
can-
case, wait a minute, wait for it, mimeograph machine.
I know how people can edit, so I don't want to give them any footage to edit and make them say something I didn't say. So
I know that's right.
So
Yeah. Go on.
So I
we're-
decided I should go learn how to act, and I started taking acting lessons. And eventually, I went to school for so long that they actually gave me the school when the owner died. And so I got this amazing school that had thousands of celebrities come through it. And so we've not gone under the same name, but we are doing what was taught at that school, at the BSA school. So that's
that school. I remember when you were here last time,
Mhm.
I was amazed. How many, talk about success stories out of there? Anybody we might know?
Bryan Cranston, Mariska Hargitay. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on. The people that studied underneath his wing. I mean, he was just a legend of legends for star makers, and so just honored to have worked with him and to, no one's ever going to carry his legacy. But that was called Van Mar Academy of Motion Picture and Television Acting, and it was Ivan Markota, and so all sorts.
I've heard that name.
Yeah, he's very, very, very famous. So Rick Dees, you remember Rick Dees, the radio DJ?
Yes.
Jasper
I got a
Van
story
Dien.
about that too.
Oh,
Rick
yeah.
D, yes. And Danny Tripp, what's his name? Dance Fever. Danny Tripp.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
He
Trivial.
was also Disco Duck.
Yeah. His brother. I'll
Yeah.
tell you, we got to talk off camera. Oh my
Yes,
God.
sir.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Were you out there when Angelina came along?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Remember when her billboards were everywhere? We were like, who is that chick with the pink car? She got famous for being
Yes.
not famous.
Well, legend has it that her husband owned all the billboards. So when there wasn't an ad running, he put her up. And now she's sponsored by Corvette. So she gets a new pink Corvette every year.
See, Tony Boldi, y'all, he know all the shit. All of it. So let me ask you. Where were you? Okay, here we go.
Where were you?
Where were you? Where were you? Not the past Oscars, but the Oscars prior. Where were you when the slap that was heard around the world took place? Were you watching live?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Okay, what did you do? And then I'm gonna tell you what I did.
Well, we all thought it was acting. We all thought it was a setup.
What?
Yeah. No, none of us thought it was real. It's like no way.
All the black people did.
Well,
because we know that sound. That was that he had that half cup.
Yeah.
That wasn't a flat one. That was, and poof. But let me now here's why I brought that up, because I'm not one of them gossip mongers. But you've been out there a long time. Talk about you spend all that time because you got to nurture your relationship to stay in that business and be the kind of person people want to work with, they want to be around. You don't want scandal, all those things. And you've stayed clear pretty much because I didn't find shit. I tried, trust me. I'm trying. Never mind. I was going to say, I even called in my favors at La Dome.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you've been there once or twice, huh?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. But talk about, because there could be some people listening, young people, older people, anyone who might try their hand at this stuff out there. Talk about what it takes to keep it going and to stay happy in it. Because we see so many examples of, okay, they're successful, they have money, or they did this, they did, and then it all comes out about what was really going on. But you're legitimately happy.
Yes, sir.
You love what you do, and you have a give back piece still. How important do you think that is?
It's you get more by giving to somebody else than you get by taking, right? So my success is I've helped so many people in this industry. I mean, countless numbers of people I've helped. Guess what? They give back to me. So when you say, how did you do it? I didn't do it alone. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
lots of people held me up. Lots of
You've
people.
helped countless people.
and including you, when
Like
when you're ready to ask.
Wait a minute. What?
When you're ready to ask, I will help you.
What do you think I'm priming the pump for? I was easing up for it. Oh,
what have you ever eased up for?
You know what? I'm learning. I'm learning seriously because it matters so much. Okay. For real?
Yes, sir.
You have room for one more?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you want to see my
There's
little
plenty
thing?
of room at the top because it's incredibly lonely, let me tell you.
And you know what, Tony, for real, when I was doing this movie, there was one scene I had to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning. I sleep because you know how you sleep in between and stuff. I didn't know about all that. And oh my God, those days. Right. And anyway, I had to go to a drag club, right? Because I played a comedian in this thing. And I had to go to a drag club at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was standing outside watching. They had a break, and the drag queens were all in the middle of the street, and the bar across put out some speakers and were bumping music, and cars were tooting their horns while the girls were doing splits in the middle of the street. And I'm just sitting there watching life. And someone said to me, "Now you know, people in this business, it comes to a point where they each has to choose. How far do you want to go? Do you want to be able to stand around and watch life and be a participant, or do you want to be one of those people that has to wear floppy hats and hide behind newspapers and be scrutinized with everything?" When did you choose what it was going to be for you? Because you chose. Look at all those credits. You could have stayed in there, fought your way to the place everyone thinks they want to get, holding up some statuette or whatever. And I'm sure you were on the road to some of those things. Some say, "Oh, wait, hold on, wait, hold on. Can I have just a second?" And then you say, "I'll be right back," and never came back.
Right. That's exactly what happened.
Right.
There was
Talk
a shift.
about that.
There was a shift. And I was getting a lot of notoriety where I'd walk down the street and you'd feel people looking at you. And you know when you get that feeling like, why are they looking at me? And then you hear later that you have a show that just kind of reran on the air, or you just currently did a show and it's airing. And you start getting this creepy feeling and you start realizing,
oh,
yeah, and that's before, you get to that next level where you can't go out in public without. I mean, imagine Michael Jackson. He had to shut down an entire store just to feel
Princess Diana.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and it's almost impossible to get that level. It's like bodybuilders going, when women say, "Oh, I don't want to get too big." You know how hard it is to get big in bodybuilding? It's not just going to happen. You got to work really hard. Same thing with success. You're not just going to one day be famous unless you do something controversial. It's a long, long, long journey, and you have plenty of time to take a right turn. So my right turn is I wanted to start producing. I wanted to be more in the creative seat than, show up, sit in your dressing room, be locked in there like you're a prisoner. And then they don't let you out for 2-3 hours till you shoot your scene. Then they throw you back in your dressing room. I was so lonely in those dressing rooms. It felt like back at the warehouse in Kalamazoo. And I'm like, I'm not going to live my life for somebody else. And so then I found the creative path, creating our own projects, writing our own projects, producing them, raising our own money, distributing them, going around the world and showcasing them. And then now we've gone from making any film to faith-based, family, inspirational, redemption films that make a difference. There's too many just stuff. There's too much just stuff. And we want our films to make a difference.
Kyle Sailors said to me, he goes, "What you just described," he says, "there's too many loud movies."
Yeah.
It's all about fighting and killing and all this blowing up and all of that. And he goes, "There's not very many quiet movies that are quiet to the spirit. They quiet the soul, just to simmer down. You're right."
Well, you can't teach or preach, right? They'll turn off. Anybody watching, if you're teaching and preaching, they're not going to pay attention. But if you're inspiring, entertaining, and making them laugh, you can tell them anything and it'll seep in because the guard's down. And so that's what we try to do. We try to enlighten people in not an educational way, but in an entertainment way. So that at the end of the day, when I'm driving down Sunset Boulevard and I'm not seeing all these vampire billboards or these, girls' booties in the air or alcohol or anything that's just like if your 10-year-old kid drove down Sunset with you. It ain't Disneyland anymore.
Hold up. Y'all catch that? I know if my cousin Wanda's watching, she did. Because you said booty. Ooh, you done dated a black girl before. You said you hung around with black people because you said booty. It was all rounded and stuff.
It's funny. Cindy always says, "Why you talk like that?" And I'm like, "Talk like what?" She's like, "You talking all like that." And I'm like,
Yeah,
my acting
that's
job
what
is
Brian does. He tries
my
to do
acting
the
job is to talk executive.
and you know what? That's a great point. Ooh, let me ask this. Do you, I would love, ooh, I never thought about that part.
Mm.
So all the years you were acting and stuff, sliding in and out of these different personas,
Mhm.
just because you're not doing it for a living, I get it now. You still get to do it,
Oh, yeah.
especially because you're teaching.
Mhm.
So, okay, let me ask you this: do you have any Simon Cowell isms, or are you Simon Cowell esque? What I mean by that is the I for a star.
So what we do is we bring in 3 coaches to coach our kids like it's an America's Got Talent or one of those competition shows. And then I'll be kind of like the Ryan Seacrest where I'll host and kind of hold the show together, the glue. And then we'll do private classes with them and coach where they needed help and then bring them back the next
Well,
week. and
hold
show
on.
the growth.
You said America's Got Talent, so then actually you wouldn't be Ryan Seacrest, you would be Terry Crews.
Well, Terry Crews went to Western the same year I went to Western Michigan University.
He
You
went
didn't
to
know that, did
Western.
you? He was on the football team. Yes, sir.
I bet Brian doesn't know that.
No, sir. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, he graduated the same time I graduated.
Is he from Michigan?
Yeah. Well, he went to the university there. I don't know where.
But
he
he
was
didn't.
born and
He
raised.
came from some. Oh, I didn't know he even went there.
He played Western football.
So did you ever see him like on campus?
I was shocked when I found that out as well.
And just like what's his name from Tool Time?
Oh, Tim Allen. Yep. Same thing. I met him many times as well. Yep.
You
Come on, I'm in Hollywood. It's a small town that reaches a large audience.
I know,
Very,
but it's
very.
just like when you used to do drugs. When you stop, you think the whole world stopped. People still do that, right? So I'm like, you still see stars and stuff, right? Oh my God, I'm back in Michigan and I'm in Chicago. What happened?
Yeah.
But I'll say this: it is busy, just like New York City. It never stops. It never stops. I loved it out. You know what I loved the most? I landed in People magazine when I was out there at 26. And you know why? Because I started the world's first apology service. Apology accepted. I'm not kidding you. Right. It's hanging right over there. And
Yes,
and what I love about out there, it's like you're under this dome of magic because everyone there is a dreamer.
Yeah, that's true.
Is a dreamer. There is no lack of getting conversation going with a fellow dreamer. There are a lot of places you go and that's like, you're saying you're speaking some language.
Yeah.
People, well, no, my daddy went to the so-and-so and my grandpa worked there, so I'm going to stay there and, I'm going to walk over to Piggly Wiggly. Nothing wrong with that, but it should be a choice based on options.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I went out 3 different times where I was like, we're just going to go grab a quick bite, or grab a coffee or go to the store. And we don't dress up to go out, but all of a sudden the cameras are there. And then now you're on TMZ, or now you're doing a commercial for the coffee shop that you walked into, or now you're on the news because a little bit of rain dropped and it's like, oh my God, torrential downpour. That's a sprinkle in Michigan, but it made the news. And it's like, but you're dressed like you just got out of bed, and it's kind of like you never know what's going to happen when you step out of your front door. You just don't know.
Ooh. Sorry, that's an ADHD moment. They kind of come at their own at 60. But I'll say, I want to know this. Seriously, what would you say? Because you have where you sit today, Tony, as opposed to when you first left Kalamazoo to go out there. What you thought you would find as opposed to what you did find. How similar or how different? So
when you come out, it's a big cartoon, right? When you're from where I'm from, it's impossible to have any success in Hollywood. It's inconceivable. But when you get here and you see that you actually can make it, but you got to have a grind mentality. You got to stay in the marathon. You're not in a sprint. You got to pace yourself. You got to pay your bills, and you got to do stuff you don't want to do to go where you got to get to. But you got to have a passion. You got to know why you're doing what you're doing. If you're just being bounced like a pinball in a pinball machine, it's going to eat you up and spit you out. You got to know from your heart, what and why are you doing this? Mine is to help other people now. And that you get so much energy to do that. But before, it was just, I was enamored. It was beautiful. We had hills and mountains and stars and
Yeah.
lights and clubs and people.
Yeah.
I was just excited to just
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
26, 27 years later, you got to have a different mentality to keep going. You got to reinvent yourself. Yes, sir.
Amen to that.
Yes, sir.
Amen to that. Now, I want to ask you this. Do you talk to your kids? Because you have a lot of kids that come to the school.
hmm
Do you ever have you ever talked to them, or do you tell to everybody about that 27 club thing?
Yeah.
That's
So
a real
the
thing.
27 Club is a real thing where people end up dying, like Kurt Cobain and Jim Morrison and
Amy
Janis
Winehouse,
Joplin,
John
Amy
Belushi.
Winehouse, right? They
A lot of them.
through drugs and alcohol, but you have an invincibility in your mindset at 26, 27. You don't know that you can die. And so you push the limit when you get success, right? People are offering you drugs and you don't know the limit. And there's no one there to say no to you because they want to make their success off of your success. So no one says no to you. And if you say yes, then they're going to give it to you. And it's very, very dangerous. And it's dangerous past 27. It just happens to be a lot of famous people died.
Right in that, yeah. Because it's like an age of accountability,
Right.
almost. Like the second one, because there's
Yeah.
seasons.
Yes, sir. Seasons, reasons, and a lifetime.
Excuse me.
But
Right.
so what I teach the kids is, one, when you go to auditions, don't go alone because anybody can say they're having an audition. I used to say there was no borders saying you can come into California except for fruit. You can't bring fruit through the border. That's the only place you're going to get stopped. Otherwise, anybody can come to California. Charles Manson lived in California. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There are other so-called Charles Mansons here, and you don't know where they are, and they could be asking you to go to their audition. So you have to go with somebody. You have to do some research on who's holding the audition, what type of credibility do they have, and you just got to be smart because you're in a very big city, and there's a lot of people that will do anything to get what they want out here, good or bad.
Do you ever see red flags? Have you ever? I'm sure you have, where a kid's headed down the wrong way.
Oh yeah,
Something
I had one of those
totally
students.
changed.
Yes, sir. I had one of those students. I called their parents and I said, we got to do something because your child's off track. Your child's going down the wrong road. And he's off course, and we need to take care of this. And we addressed it. And they came back and they're killing it. They're doing so well right now. So much success. But you got to catch them because somebody's got to care about these people. Some of them leave their families to come to LA, right? So they don't have that guidance anymore.
Well,
and so I become that sometimes.
Well, and look at all those families who the parents feed off of star children.
Culkin, we know his story.
Gary Coleman.
Yeah.
I mean, on and on and on.
Yeah. We even know about Britney Spears and what she's going through.
Janet and Joe.
Yes, sir.
Janet got a hit album out of it though.
Yeah.
Control.
Yeah. And the Coogan account, right? So Coogan was the little kid in the Charlie Chaplin, the kid in Charlie Chaplin. He became Uncle Fester in the Addams Family, and then when he was a kid, he didn't get any of his money. His family spent his money, so they created a thing called a Coogan account, where the money has to go into this special account until the kids are 18 and they can get their money. So the parents can't touch it.
Oh my
so
God.
We require you to have a Coogan account if you're under 18. But that's because of his story.
Okay, I got something I want you to prove. Myth or fiction? Myth or truth? Fact or fiction? Okay. Remember the show, the movie, The Bad Seed?
Okay. Yeah.
Little Rhoda. What would you give me for a basket full of kisses? Remember that? Right. Somebody told me it's easy to, I don't know why.
I'm going to take your show over if this keeps happening. Welcome to the Hollywood Review. My name is Tony Boldi, your host for today. We've now kicked Dr. Lauren off his own show and we've taken over. We want to make sure you check out BSA Live. This is a whole promo to get your kids through our school to teach them the proper way to pursue their Hollywood dreams. You don't have to be a kid to do it. My oldest student's 80 and my youngest is 5. So again, a little shout out to BSA while we're waiting for Dr. Lauren Michaels Harris to come back in the room. I think he's on the phone with Comcast at this point. And he's getting his 90 cents back. So we'll see if he's successful in that endeavor. But yeah, so you guys check us out. While we're waiting, I'm going to offer you some free schooling. I'll give you a whole month of free schooling if you say that you saw Tony Boldli from Bathrobe Moments. And so just get a hold of Lauren, and he'll get some free acting classes out of it as well. So again, just say you saw it here, and we'll give you a free month of school. And that's about that's about $800 value. So make sure you jump on that. And then Lauren will get the same. So there's about $1,600 of value. So we want to give away more value than you guys pay for, so that you can see that your dreams could come true. You could do it as a hobby. You could do it as a little side business, a little hustle. And you can also do it to feel more comfortable in public settings, or at pitch meetings, or in the office when you're at the podium. So I stole your show, Mr. Harris. All right, we'll get him back in a second.
I swear, I am so glad I don't have an evening show.
Yeah, right.
There's no way I could have kept this gig up. The jig it was morning.
Yes, sir. Well, so you may have heard I gave away a bunch of free acting classes if they contact you, say they saw us here on the show. So, and that includes you. You get some of those free classes if they come through you. So. All right, he's texting me another log of questions to ask myself. So, Tony, how did you get into distribution? Well, it's funny you should ask. I was wondering where all the money was going, right? You see all this money in Hollywood, but you don't know where the money's going. So I thought, well, I had to be in distribution. So I got involved with a company that was pretty successful, and they showed me the ropes, and I started learning all the inside lingo about waterfall distribution models, and key art, and pitch packages, and things you need to do to keep a project in the public eye, publicist, the whole 9 yards. So doesn't look like he's coming back.
I'm writing notes because I'm gonna probably have to text you the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know who?
Let me see the questions he's asking me from the text. All right, here we go. Yes. Oh, it's funny you should ask. Yes. Do I still get recognized? I actually do still get recognized. I still have a show that's been running for 10 years. You guys may have seen Millionaire Matchmaker, but I was on a very special episode of Millionaire Matchmaker that still airs.
Millionaire Matchmaker.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that woman?
Patty? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, what happened to her?
I think she's still doing some stuff. So yeah, so you guys can check that out. There was a very special episode. So
I'm so over Comcast. Let me just tell you, you just wait till I call to negotiate this month's bill. Thank you for that. Wow. So I'm scared to even try to play my little thing.
We'll do it at the very end in case it freezes up on you.
I know, because it's probably it's got one. Got two. Just went to 2 dots. I can see it. Okay. So before I got cut out of the picture, thank you. Because I didn't hear the. Oh, by the way, you're gonna be like Anthony Hopkins.
He was my acting coach. Did I tell you that?
No.
Yes, Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Wait. Told y'all I have a divine gift.
Yes.
See,
sir.
Look. I wrote it in my notes so that I would not forget to mention it to you. Look, there it is.
Yes,
Anthony
sir.
Hopkins.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
No, talk about that until I get some good bars up there.
Yeah. So I've had the great pleasure of studying under some amazing. Remember, I told you I went back to acting school. Well, I studied at a bunch of different acting schools, and so Anthony Hopkins came through, and Josh Brolin, Robert Downey Jr., name drop, Matthew Perry, name drop. And the things that these people brought to this classroom it was the Hollywood Playground under Robert Russler. The things, the knowledge that they would give you was just, you couldn't put a price tag on what they were giving.
Where'd they say they got it?
Well, it depends on who you're talking to.
Is this stuff, is this a piece of a certain artist that is just.
Well, I mean, there's the group theater and the Stanislavski and the artist, there's so many different approaches, but it all came from Stanislavski in Russia and Sandy Meisner, and I can get you the whole history, but we don't want to waste time. You can.
So people can't just get up and act without going through all that.
They can. You know what? Christian Bale, I talked to him, and he said he never took an acting class in his life. He grew up on set.
Oh,
So,
see, never mind. Everybody out there that watches the show all the time, you guys saw the movie when it came out. You saw the trailer back then, but I ain't showing it now. Not now.
Not now.
Not after hearing all that.
Oh, come on. Take my acting classes, by the way. I offer them.
Well, okay, I'm going to show you, and you're probably going to say clearly you need to.
I doubt that. If you come from the heart, that's the trick. It's all about connecting emotionally.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that happened. Tell me if this is some bullshit. There was one scene. It was like the third time I went back to Cincinnati to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
It was up in the bed. It's the last scene. It was up in the bedroom, and I'm folding those clothes. And the director was just looking over afterwards, and he just came over and hugged me. And he said, that was awesome. That was awesome. Listen to me. And he grabbed my shoulders and he goes, this is the best thing you can ever hear from a director. I'm a fan.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I bet you that's a line they be feeding everybody. You know what I mean? Because I saw people get fired for taking pictures and shit that they weren't supposed to be taking. And it was so many shit starters. Mm-hmm. People that come in to do oh my God. And directors have egos, some of them.
Oh, some? Yeah. There's a lot of weight on their shoulders, though. You got to give them credit for what they're taking on.
Their eye is amazing, isn't it, Tony?
Mm-hmm.
What they see through that lens. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, you want to see?
Yes, sir.
Tony, I wish I could skip to that last part. It's just 2 minutes. Okay, here we go. I don't know if I should do this.
Oh, you better do it now. You got your guests wanting to see it too.
They've seen it. This is really for you. I'm trying to suck up. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. On Facebook. I just pulled it up on Facebook. Okay. Can you see that, you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh, Lord.
Mr. Cletus Goins. Look at this.
Church, I am so glad we had this time together today.
You are the worst.
What?
Your son comes to see you, and you still act like a jackass. I'm not some whore, and I'm not some tainted slut. I'm your wife, my nigga.
Today we're going to talk about transparency. I'm what they say, somebody that's cut from a different cloth.
So for you to be passing judgment on my brothers like that is not cool. And isn't passing judgment against someone a sin against
I just had to get that in there.
I'm getting married. And
look at you.
Check my big day.
Take your ass on down the road with your narrow ass.
Oh, wait.
Telling me I can't come in the house.
I have one more.
Come out because my parole officer came over there and with the drug situation, all that, like looking at me for my past, saying I can't come in your house.
Boy, I ain't got nothing for you here.
He is the asshole of all assholes. I've just dubbed him the king of the heathens.
Are you ever gonna come back home?
Me and mommy got some things to figure out. I promise you, we're working on me coming back home.
Let's go. You can see that I was self-defense. This dude put his hands on me.
No, my name ain't up there like them.
So you like going to those strip clubs, don't you? You like hanging up there with them skanky hoes.
Let me hear the church. Give me an amen, church. Amen. I said amen.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Nice.
So anyway,
Did you have a license for those guns? Were those things registered?
Who's mine?
Your guns, were they registered?
I do go to the gym 5 days a week.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to be the black male Betty White.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to take it all the way. Well, I didn't get to start living until I was in my 50s. So, 60 feels like a teenager to me.
Yeah, I'll show you this. There's Mr. Anthony Hopkins right there.
Oh, it sure. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, because I was like, that's a lot of you in there. So, but I see that's a collage.
Different acting coaches.
So, Tony, what's next for you? Any work, or are you just going to stick with the kids? All right, send that so I can put myself in it. I'll cut you out. Or maybe, who knows? One day, if Tony, come on now.
Yes, sir.
Put your boy up.
Yes, sir.
I'm not kidding.
I'm taking it serious.
I have no problem with groveling.
No, come through, man. Come through, and then you can say your success came from BSA.
I sure will.
Yes, sir.
I'll do the commercial and everything. People ask me all the time, Lauren, where did your big break find you? Well, that's an easy one. I was at the, see?
I love it.
Okay. Now,
we already got it.
There you go. Tony, it was a pleasure. I'm so glad we did this. I will send you the link so that you can share it out. This will air on Monday, April 24th. And thank you so much. And when I get back from Romania, I'm going to definitely be reaching in just to do a little elbow nudge in case
make sure you tell my family hi. I'm Romanian, as I told you.
No, you listen. Can we get you to go to the? Oh yeah, you guys got off easy today, but you've been with me all this time. So there it is, scrolling along the bottom of the screen, the GoFundMe, and it will be dropped into the comment section at the conclusion today for you. Well, I wonder if that'll work. Anyway, you guys see it every day. You should have it memorized. Or better yet, why haven't you donated yet? Tony, thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Pleasure.
I got to make a trip out there. I want to hang out with you in person.
Absolutely.
At least one night.
Yes, sir.
For real?
Yes, sir.
You know you don't say that to black people, right? Tomorrow, your doorbell ring. What? You said I could come.
Exactly.
Don't be saying nothing.
Yes.
I love you, man. Great job.
Love you too,
what a
brother.
pleasure. When I get back to the States, I'm going to hook you up and I'm going to check you out. Thank you so much. Where can people find out more about the school?
Well, if you go to BSA Acting School, if you Google it, or if you go to tonyboldi.com, or pretty much anywhere you Google
there it is.
Yeah.
And we have the Tony's Facebook and website in the show notes. So
yeah, and everything's just under TONY BOLDI. So we're all over the place. Yeah.
Yes. And just Google him. Easy way to get there. Listen, get out and be the best. Tony, thank you so much. You guys, I can tell you, Jessica Dugas will be here tomorrow, the 25th. This is so weird, but she will be here. Listen, I hope you will be too. As always, in parting, I say thank you so much. I'll meet you out on the front porch tomorrow morning, God willing, at 8 a.m. Central. We'll do it all again. And remember, I love the shit out of you guys, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Tony, thank you so much. Have a great one, guy. I just love you. Happy New Year to you, too. I know it's like half over, but I haven't seen you. Thank you so much. All right. You guys get out of here. Have a great day. Bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine.